Welcome, folks, to another show, Stack with Nat in the building.
Special edition.
Essington.
Live.
We always live. But, folks, it's Sunday. Want to go into the games. We had a lot of people come in. A lot of
guests.
A lot of guest
followers.
appearances. Right.
A lot of people
Came
traveled in on their own dime.
Right. On Friday. And it all kicked off on Friday afternoon, evening, as guys checked in. It was great. It was a great atmosphere. Like I say, it's always like a tournament atmosphere, but it's a league. So it's
and after
truly blessed.
Off-campus activities as well. We had
we'll
time
get in.
to
We'll
get
get
some
all
meals
in that.
in. And,
but Stack, they want to hear the scores, and we got games for you. Friday, we had a nice, little appetizer of games. Friday afternoon, evening. Games played. Kicked off with Ernie Grice, Pittsburgh Steelers battling Chuck Lawrence and the Miami Dolphins. That game ended with Chuck winning Dolphins 21, Steelers 14. Had another game in the big room now. That game was played in Chuck's room. We had the Broncos, coached by Darrell Bavard. He took care of Steve Toff and the Jacksonville Jaguars 21-7. We had a home and away. Big Jim Davis and his Detroit Lions, Jasper Scott and the Atlanta Falcons, they played their home and away. They're in the same division. Jim took care of business 23-0 first game at home, and then on the road took care of Jasper again in the Falcons 21-0. So we're going to keep it going. Jim had a great first day.
they were both, I believe they were tap-outs, at least the first game. But I'll tell you what.
All of them.
Jasper, he got a lot of street cred this weekend. He didn't back down from anyone.
No.
He played multiple games. And I'll tell you what, you play someone like Jim Davis twice, that only helps you, carries you into the next game of your season.
You know what you're up against.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then we had another all-Detroit game. We got three coaches from the Detroit, Michigan area, Chuck Lawrence, Damon Lucas, Jim Davis. Well, two of the coaches from Detroit is in the same division stack, Dolphins and the Jets. Overtime, 41-35. Damon Lucas, I was about to say the defending East champion, but he didn't win it last year. Back-to-back playoff season, though, for Damon and his Jets.
Overtime.
Right. Overtime, 41-35 over the
Barn
burner. Then we had Creasy and the Colts in action against his division foe, Steve Toff in Jacksonville. 14-6. The Colts take care of business.
And set the stage a little bit. Ben wasn't feeling too well this weekend. And that game was played in Ben's room.
Right.
Ben Creasy's room. Ben came out later, as the weekend went on, but he, you got to give him a lot of credit. He could have easily, not played or went home. He toughed it out.
Keeping the action going, Darrell Bavard and his Broncos played another one, 26-7 over Cliff Gibbs and the Washington Redskins. That wrapped up the 8 games that were played on Friday.
There's one more there.
Oh, yeah, Stack, you're right. Big Jim and his Lions again. 14-0 over Kern Robinson in Buffalo. Got to get Kern a lot of
Yeah,
credit.
definitely.
You know, that guy was in the hospital, like, I guess about a week ago or something. He got himself together, came up in fellowship,
looked
and got
good.
some. He did.
Color looked good.
Get some, start exercising, Kern, start eating a little better. You'll be better than ever in no time. Stack,
So
I want to hear your outtake on the day, Friday scores and the games. What stuck out to you, big guy?
That's a great question, and I'll just sum it up very quickly. I thought the game, even though they drive 9-10 hours to get here, it was an AFC East division matchup. Those two guys, it was an epic game on a big board. So that was a highlight of Friday. And then the second thing that kind of struck me was Jim Davis, playing 3 games all in one day.
Right, not getting scored on.
And not getting scored on, yeah. Right. The scores, he probably averages 21 to 24 points. And like I said, most of the time for Jim, it's a teachable moment. He's not out to beat anyone 50, 60 to nothing, although that could happen.
If the games continue.
These are teachable moments. Jim is always gracious with his time. Advice, counsel, he'll tweak for you. Yeah. Whatever it's necessary to advance a hobby. And that's why he's a
Hall of
Famer and, part of the NEFL.
We're glad to have him, right?
8 games.
8 games. For a first day at Essington, well, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, there's some challenges. People are, coming out of work. Some people travel to get here. There's logistical issues, and there's personal issues.
How about National? Coming straight from work, had the work boots on.
He slept in his clothes Friday night. I came in the room, it was like 10, 11 o'clock. He's just laying in bed. He wasn't even under the covers.
I wasn't even under the covers.
Work boots on.
Work boots, everything.
I woke up at 6 o'clock. He was gone.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like a jilted lover or something.
I woke up at 4 o'clock.
Where'd she go?
Took a shower. I was hurting. I had to take a shower, head over to work, and man, that was tough. But folks, that was Friday. Stack will be back. We're gonna go into Saturday. It was a big day. Before I let you go, the football, Stack. There it is, folks. You can see some of the signatures. This thing started getting signed on Friday, and then all weekend. We ain't done. Some of our coaches didn't make it. Forgot to sign it.
And they're not smearing it either.
No, they're not smearing.
Some people like to write stories on it. Darrell wrote, a.k.a. DC's bad boy, thanks for all you do. And that's pretty much sums it up.
Johnny, look at the Hulk Davis.
He said to Johnny, thanks for everything, Jim the Hulk. Okay.
Johnny don't know about this either.
Right.
This
Jasper Scott signed it.
Yeah, everybody that came through. Everybody stayed.
Jamie Harris got a nice signature. Ernie Grice.
So the football is coming along nicely, folks. We are really geeked about this football. It was a great idea. Thanks Stack for that idea. That was great.
And you heard we did right before Sweet 16, we did a kind of homage video. I don't know whether Johnny saw it, but at Super Bowl when the ball is fully signed by both NEFL and Deuce, whoever else is in the NEFL. And that doesn't mean if you can't make it to the signing, you can't come back next year and sign as well.
Right.
Because it'll be in case.
Well, yeah, it'll be. We want to be done. And it don't have to be guys that's in the league. We had Sebastian who came through, been there all weekend. He signed the ball. Okay. So we want
family.
Badger's family and his Tech Boys organization and electric football where he's trying to get going in New York.
Tech Boys.
Yeah.
It was 4th down.
No, they got a 40-yard blitz. That's a little thing like a spinoff of our Green Room Rumble. But Tech Boys, they got the. He does a lot of work with that.
So when you're good and you're national, people try to copy
you. What they say? What's that?
Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
So hey, whatever. But Badge signed the ball. Schmitty was here over the weekend. We're gonna get more into that on Saturday. What happened? But we letting everybody sign the ball. These guys all been to Daly's Pub. They know what a great guy the staff is there, and is like our appreciation token gift.
And we'll do the formal presentation probably Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl.
So that
wraps up. That wraps up Friday with the Stack with Nash show. We'll be right back at you.
Peace.
Boom. All right, folks. Welcome. Stack with Nat show. Boom.
Hello, welcome back.
on location, Essington,
Live.
in the conference room.
From Double E.
Double E, Essington Extravaganza. We're going to just jump right into Saturday. It was a big turnout on Saturday as the room was packed, elbow to elbow with coaches playing. A lot of special guests came through. Stack's going to cover that. Your boy was working Saturday hard, 10-hour day. I'm going to get into the scores. We had our NEFL League kickoff. The 10-team, 8-game schedule league. We had Jack Thomas and his Broncos playing against Andy Champion and the Steelers. 14-0. Andy pulls it out. Great win for Andy. Then he was back on the board against NEFL rookie, Jeff McCauley from the D.C. area, reigning BFL champion, was in town with his Panthers, go up against Andy Champion, the Steelers. Andy took care of business. Andy is 2-0 in the young NEFL season.
McCauley won the BEFL championship?
Yeah, McCauley, yeah.
Are they
14-7. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I think they might be 3-4. I don't know if they're 4-0. In the last game of the NEFL, the loudest man electric football. Stack, you the funniest, without a doubt. But the loudest, most outrageous man electric football got to be Chris Stringer. He brings passion, excitement, and a lot of noise.
And his beautiful wife was with him.
Yeah.
But when he's around the wife, it's a different Chris.
He's a little toned down, right? And we missed our.
Passionate.
Trent, we gotta get you on this show. We were supposed to do the show, have a special guest, and Tom just didn't work out that we got it done.
So he played.
So Chris played Kareem Campbell and the Cardinals, and Kareem
brought
beat
his boy up.
Yeah,
too.
he
What
beat
was
his buddy. I forget his name. I
But
forget.
he, very
wrote him
close
down.
friend of Kareem. They came down from North Jersey.
But Kareem won the game 10-7. That was the 3 NEFL games for the week for the weekend, really. Saturday. I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna just run through these scores. We had 25 games or more played on Saturday alone. I'm gonna go through them real quick. I got them here. We had an overtime game. Patriots and the Falcons. Falcons pull it out. Jasper Scott gets his first win. We had the Eagles and the Broncos. Broncos 14, Eagles 7. We had the Texans, Young Nafis over Steve Toff, 21-14. Texans over Jaguars. Then we had Saints, Ephraim Daniels, Damon Lucas, high-profile game. Jets versus Saints. Ephraim pulls it out, 28-21. Jim was back on the board. Newly inducted Hall of Famer Jim Davis, 14-0 over Jerry and the Patriots. The Lions. They're not getting scored on, folks. It's crazy. Keep it going. Lomax and the Titans against Jamie and the Seahawks. 14-6. Seattle takes care of business. Bears, Big Keith, the other coach that newly inducted into the Hall of Fame, Keith Chalmers and his Bears, beat Cliff Gibbs Redskins 35-14. Steve Toff gets his first win. Jacksonville 21. Buffalo Bills. Kern takes it on the chin 7. We had the Packers, highly explosive. Andrew the Question Stewart, 27-0 over the Falcons. We had another very good game. 2 high-profile coaches, playoff coaches caliber. The defending champ, Kenny King and his Chargers, 28. Joe Greco Giants, 14. Saints, Ephraim, 35 over Chuck Lawrence and the Miami Dolphins, 35-21. Bears, 13. Steelers, 12. Vikings take one on the chin against the Bengals. Darren Germani over the Vikes, 24-7. Cardinals, 22. Falcons, 0. Chiefs were in the house. Harold King, co-founder of the league, takes it on the chin against division rival the Broncos, 32-26. The Colts, Ben Creasy Daniels, 28. Calvin Lomax, 14. Lions Jim Davis defeats Ephraim in the rubber match. The rematch, 14-0. Again, Jim Davis has not been scored on. Seattle, Jamie over the Giants and Joe Greco, 32-27. We had a tie game. 6-6. The Bengals and the Dolphins. A 6-6 tie.
What do they say about a tie?
It's like kissing your sister or something. 6-6
What's
tie.
it worth in the NEFL? Not much.
Not much. It's a tie. We had finally the first person scoring, Jim Davis. The Bucks, Greg King, 7. The Lions, 21.
Got to give Greg a lot of credit too.
Right.
He scheduled the game.
He played it.
Got off for work, whatever he had to do. He actually had a flat tire.
Yeah, he had a blowout. Right.
And he made it here. He played the game. Kudos.
Jacksonville Jag. Oh, I thought I had that going.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
different
already. It's the same game. Yeah. All right, so I ain't gonna put that one down. Final game of the day on Saturday were the Redskins over the Falcons in overtime, 13-7. So, folks, that was the quick, rapid-fire scores of Saturday. Like 25 games, I think, played. Stack, I'm going to turn the show over to you. I got to catch my breath. What stuck out to you? And, again, folks, I wasn't here the early part of Saturday. I had to work. Stack was here. Stack, fill me and our listeners and guests Saturday. What was your take on it?
My sense is, like you said, the overall games, but it was the atmosphere. You had Warren Jefferson back there with his sales.
Right.
EF supplies, memorabilia, jerseys, whatever.
He
had a very good day. A lot of traffic down in that corner. The other thing that struck me again, the central theme from Friday was Jasper Scott not backing down from anyone, playing multiple games, and each time he acquitted himself well. He's a good coach. He'll get better with the rule set. He'll get better with the speed of the game. A couple games that stand out. Kern and Joe, I thought, played some good games. Ephraim's game over Chuck was big.
Right. And over Damon. He beat Damon, too. Damon Lucas.
Yeah, and the Jags over Kern. That was not expected. But by the end of the week, Steve Toth had, took a couple lumps. He had some setbacks.
Right.
But before he got back on the road, he pulled it all together, and he was able to beat Kern right after Nafis had played Toth.
Right.
So, and then as far as guests, and not to be leaving anyone off, just based on what I said at the outset, the level of competition, the guests, the people that support our league. I have two friends of mine, one that owns the Skull Shaver Company, part owner, and his friend Don Graves. They showed up on my behalf. We have Addie Vaughn from Harrisburg. Sebastian Baz came in from Newark. Hooper was here, Scott Hooper. I talked about Warren.
Tall guy? Pete Griner, right? Tall guy came.
Pete Griner was here. So that's just kind of a sense of who was here. There were others as well. When we get the video, Smitty was here.
Right, Smitty was here.
We get the video and start looking through the photos.
Pictures,
we'll pick out some people, and some we won't be readily apparent to us. But Saturday, on balance, we had a couple other themes, not exactly good news, but we're having some attrition in the NEFL and Corey quickly shuffled divisions. And some people have some work commitments, some health issues, whatever the issues. We're in week 5/6. So you have to be flexible in the league. That's kind of a tip for people that are new in the league. Be flexible. Be willing to to change, shift gears if you have to, but just keep it going. Keep fun as a common denominator. And then in the NEFL, I'll just make a general comment without indicting anybody. But we've had some people, for the same reasons I mentioned, weren't able to attend this weekend, and because of that, either they have to look in the mirror. Or have a discussion with the league. But, if at this point in the year you haven't played,
X amount of
3 or 4 games at least,
you were behind.
You're behind. And then you did, by not showing up, the people that were here expecting to play you, it's kind of did a disservice to them. But we'll get through it. And whatever your issue is, we're behind you no matter what. You take a guy like Antonio, we want you to know, whether you ever make another figure again, some great artist will come after you, and we'll support him just like we supported you. The other thing is, whether you win 1 game in Philly or 100, you're always going to be part of NEFL. We love you.
Right.
We're with you.
He's family. Take as much time as you need.
Exactly.
Ravens are there. If that's the franchise you want, brother, you got it. I try to text Antonio every day. Keep in contact with him. Good stuff, Stack.
All right, man.
Boom, folks. That is Saturday. You heard it from my man Smokestack. He was here all day Saturday. he didn't even get into the Saturday night how we took a little road trip. We did a tailgate. I told you folks, it was mentioned on our Facebook. We was going to tailgate. We was going to pimp parking lot pimp. And then we took to the road. We went out to Harris Casino. We did some smoking, told some great stories. Hoop was outstanding.
He was our storytelling host.
Right.
And there were about 6 themes.
Right. We ain't going to go into them.
No.
But they was themes.
Gentlemanly stuff.
Right.
But we had good servers.
We had great everything.
And my buddy Don, I mentioned John and Don.
We won't let nobody know that they won. We'll just say they won. Right. They won. We ain't gonna get nobody in trouble.
From a small bet.
Right. They won. They won.
It was a good trip. It's
it
good.
Was.
And see, last point I'll make.
Make it quick.
Whenever you have a league or an event, it's not so much what happens in the room. And the guys from Alabama could tell you the same thing. It's the fellowship, the going to the eating spots, breaking bread,
right,
and just really looking at each other.
Right. We went out and there was other groups that went out to different spots and ate. So it was a great time.
We're not just trying to throw our hat that the casino was the trip.
Right.
There
it was
were
guys.
multiple trips.
I can't remember, but guys went other places, other restaurants,
Ruby
and stuff.
Tuesdays,
right.
Stuff like
so
that. Yeah.
So it was a great time, folks. Sunday we're gonna get into Sunday the matchups and the games. We'll be right back. This is the Stack Winnett Show, and we live Essington Holiday Inn Express. Peace. All right, folks, welcome. Stack Winnett Show, Holiday Inn Express, Essington Extravaganza. Today is Sunday, Stack. We're wrapping up the shows. We're wrapping up the day's festivities. We just got back from Coach's Bar and Grill.
My second time there this weekend.
And my first. We always wrap up the Essington.
There was a guy did a terrible Frank Sinatra impersonation.
You didn't like it, Stack.
No,
Stack started bringing up names like Joe Piscopo and Saturday Night Live. It was crazy. So, our bellies is full.
Right.
We got one more game today.
This is day
Spider-Man,
3
right?
of
Spider-Man.
the Essington Extravaganza.
Corey National Johnson
What?
the fall
Is it gonna happen?
versus the Hulk.
People
Jim
said
Davis.
you've been ducking him. Is it going to happen today?
It's going to go down. It's going to go down.
There could be film.
I was tired.
There could be film.
I was so tired to check out a room. I lined up like 4 chairs and I just slept on them. I didn't have a room.
You didn't have a bed to sleep in.
I didn't have a bed to
so
sleep in.
So you just made a bed.
Or a window to pot the piston, whatever that's saying. I had to sleep on some chairs and try to get some little rest. So you got to be rested to play Jim Davis.
Oh, yeah.
You
can't just go in to see
just
the
go
Hulk.
in there, see the Hulk like that. He's going to kill you.
It's exactly. It's like going to see the Wizard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That game is going to be played a little later today.
Think so?
But, yeah, I think so. Sunday, like I said, here's Sunday. We were going over Stack earlier in the show some of the special guests that came by.
Yeah.
And Stack got some more names. Stack got more names.
That's it. Being so old, my memory is
BAM
not as good.
Commissioner Mo Zeke.
Oh, my goodness.
Morgan Scott.
Zeke was here.
He was. He bailed on us.
He's a
Stack.
beautiful guy.
Stack, he bailed on. When we left to go to the casino Saturday night, he was ready to leave. We was like, no, Zeke, stay. Morgan, you gotta stay. All right, I'm gonna stay.
Right.
We got back. I think Hoop said he was gone.
Okay.
So you always.
But he's his own man. When he's ready to go, Zeke just goes.
He just go.
I'll talk to you later. We also had with Sebastian Jay Brown from the Tech Boys came down.
Right.
From the Newark area.
He
So
hung out in the parking lot with us.
Yeah,
we
and
took
we
some
had,
great pictures. He threw down a couple Crown Royal shots with us.
What?
Crown
Was that him?
Yeah, that was
with
him.
the blue shirt.
Right.
I like that guy.
Yeah. It was cool.
A lot of people think, I'll just say this real quick, that there's friction between Philly and the other league. It's not. These guys came from the original PEFL, the NEFL, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention these fine gentlemen that took time out of their day to come show support indirectly, but just be around the brothers, the people that part of their football lives. And that's Buford, and Manny was here, and James Nicholson. And I understand Lorenzo's not feeling well, so Brother Lorenzo.
Yeah, get well soon.
Get well soon, and we'll see you down the road. And I understand you guys are part of the thing that you got going up there. What's
Tri-State
Tri-State
and Electric Football Network.
Electric Football Network. You got like 3 different names for what's going on up there. I can't, Stack is old, but what I will say is Sebastian got something going. It's getting some vibrancy around it. If that's what you want to do, go for it. So that's
you done?
I'm good.
You done? I want to get into the table display that we had set up with all the Tweak magazines. We had a good
Every edition.
Yeah, I think we had everyone there. Brought all my Tweak magazines. We had the flyers, the MFCA booklets. We just had a nice table set up next to Warren Jefferson's setup.
They always get a lot of looks.
So yeah. We had a couple people come in and looked over. We gave them some of the MFCA cards. Yeah. So, and I also I want to give a shout out to. You can't talk electric football without talking about Roddy Garcia and Earl Shores. Their full color electric football. I don't know if you can see it right there. We had that up.
Awesome.
That was all that. I mean. It was awesome.
Weird.
I know Schmitty was looking through it. Lomax didn't even realize that it was out. It's beautiful. I mean, it's like a stroll down memory lane, some of those boards. So
you remember the old Chiefs Vikings board, okay? In
right.
its full splendor. These are full color, glossy pages.
Had the
you can buy this book on Amazon.com.
Yes, both books. Unforgettable Buzz, which is pretty thick. It's a great read. History on the toy industry and electric football. This book came out first from Garcia and Shores, and then they came out with the full collar book. And like I say, we showed appreciation and respect to them guys. We had that on our display table. Guys, keep up the great
That's
work.
from the Unforgettable Buzz.
Yes, collection.
Both books available on Amazon and probably other stores as well.
Oh yeah, it's great, great book.
Yeah, good stuff.
Remember, Earl had the before that full color book came out. When he came up to King of Prussia when we did our Green Room Rumble, Earl had his tablet and he had it before it was even published. He gave me previews on his tablet, which was great. So Earl sent me a message before the Essington extravaganza that he wouldn't be able to make it. He had something to do, so he really wanted to make it and come. But Earl, you was here through your book, so we had you covered, brother. Like I said, without further ado, I'm gonna get into the game Sunday. Sunday was kind of light. Guys were leaving Stack, throughout the day, but we were able to get a couple games. Stack's been a theme all show. Jasper, how he stepped up. Man played 2 more games. He played the Jets and Damon Lucas. He lost 21-zip. And then he played Seattle, Jamie, 14-zip. So he wasn't scoring a lot of points, but he's playing the game. You know what I mean? He's not tapping out. I mean, he's not forfeiting. He's not ducking the game. He's playing the game. That's the thing. If you want to play in a league, that's why you play in a league. If you want to just not play, you can play solitaire or something. Jasper is losing, but he's playing the game. So I appreciate him coming all this way from Maryland.
Once he gets used to the speed of the game,
right? He said,
his knowledge,
he'll
be fine.
He'll be fine. But he played 2 games on Sunday. We had Kern back on the board with his Buffalo Bills and a division matchup against Chuck Lawrence. Really good game. Kern 35, Bills 35, Chuck Lawrence and the Dolphins 21. Huge win for
big
Kern.
win for Kern,
right?
Especially coming off Saturday.
He's trying to keep up, with Damon.
Exactly.
I don't know if he'll catch him for the division, but you got to, he could maybe sneak in as a wild card. So good win for him.
Yeah.
And there's Atlanta again. 3 games on Sunday. He played young Ephraim, who is he's only about 18 years old, but Ephraim has the experience and EF knowledge of a grown man. He big as one too.
And he'll tell you too. I'm a grown ass man.
He's getting hustled.
Okay.
I don't know
whatever
exercise regimen.
Kobe beef or whatever. It's working.
I think he eating Bubba burgers or something.
This cat went from like maybe 155 last season to a solid 175.
Is that he don't weigh that much, do he? He is husky. His chest is out. His arm, National got some good ones,
He
but
looked like a D-back maybe, and you could play like a strong safety or something.
you see him rocking that old style, the old style flat top.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
It is.
You say your grandson.
He does too. They call it like the kid and play look.
Yeah, right. So he got that look. So like I say, Ephraim beat Jasper 14-7, the Saints. So Ephraim's off to a great start.
So the aggregate number of games, we had to make a correction because there was a duplicate here, was 8 on Friday, 24 on Saturday,
get your hand off my
and
table.
4 on Sunday.
Right.
To make 36. And there's one more, so we'll get back to 37 after this other game Sunday gets played. But it was a good experience. Would we have liked to see more games? Yes. But there was issues. They're going to be resolved one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And, whether we had 50, 37, or 60, it was a great weekend.
Great weekend.
Just as advertised.
And we're going to do it again next year.
Exactly.
Lord willing. We will be here same time next year. So, folks, that's
what's the next big event?
Capital City Clash, Darrell Brevard.
Where's that at?
Beltsville, Maryland.
If you haven't booked your room,
you better book. Darrell's
Darrell
he's been ringing the bell.
He'll send
Book your room.
You won't even know really what the message is about. You'll just see something like, book your room. You're like, what? What's going on?
Right. Book your room. Well,
Rooms.
He been running a
The
great
first
tournament.
block is over.
Right. He's on the
better book
second
your
block.
room.
You better book it because he don't know when they're going to say
Exactly.
no more.
And if
then
you
out.
want to get a discounted rate for the tournament, there's cutoffs for that. So keep your eye on his many blasts on Facebook.
Well,
emails.
So that's the next big thing. The Capital City Clash. That's in April, I think, early April at the Comfort Inn or something.
And then I think the Miggle thing is going to be in Richmond again.
Yeah, in Richmond.
In August.
In August. But before that, we'll have our Super Bowl in June over at the pub. So we'll keep you, as we do, keep you on the not up on the up and up and on what's going on in electric football. And we out of here, Stack.
Right.
I got a game to play.
Okay.
That's it, folks. We got nothing else for you. Thanks for watching. Peace.